Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Pink Wednesdays podcast, where every Wednesday we wear pink and talk about our lives and some random stuff and recent events. And by we, I mean just myself today. Well, me and Beverly, of course, but she's not wearing pink. And I'm on my own today because I'm attempting to change the format of the podcast a little bit. So, if you're a regular listener, you've probably noticed that I haven't been posting very consistently. And that's because I've been having trouble finding guests every week. Like, honestly, I'm somebody that doesn't know a lot of people. Like, I'm very quiet in my real life. And I just don't know a whole lot of people. And the people I know have their own lives, obviously, and their own jobs and things to do, places to be, people to see, obviously, as they should. So they're not always available. And then because of that, I struggle a little bit. And like I've canceled so many times because of this, because the whole premise of the podcast is supposed to be an informal chat with two friends. And I can't do that on my own. So I've canceled a bunch of times, but I hate doing that because this matters a lot to me. And I don't like being inconsistent with things. I'm very like by the book, I suppose, with this kind of thing. I'm like an obsessive completist. I really dislike wanting to do something and having it not happen. So I was feeling very demotivated because every time I thought I had something planned, like it would fall through and stuff. So this is my attempt at changing the format a little bit so I can film on my own. I might still have guests sometimes if they're up for it and free and it coincides, but I want to be able to film on my own because then I know that every week there will be a new episode. Because I know it's frustrating when you like a show and then you're waiting the whole week for the episode and then it doesn't come out. Like, and I don't want to do that to you. I even thought about canceling it completely, but I don't want to lose the connection I have with the people that have been supporting me for so long. Like just yesterday, I went to Brighton Pride and I met so many of you there. It was so nice. And pretty much every single person I met said to me that they've been following me for years. And that means so much to me. And I don't want to just disappear and not do it anymore because I've already changed the way I'm posting anyway because I want to focus on music. And that's going to happen more and more going forward. Like, I have so many music projects in the oven that are going to come out soon. And most of my social media is going to be focused on that. But I still wanted to have one outlet to just talk to you and have this one-on-one sit down thing every week because that's how I started and I don't want to stop the connection. Although like I am being more private with my personal life and everything, I'm not posting anything about my love life and stuff like that anymore, which has been great. It has been so helpful for my mental health, but that doesn't mean I don't want to have this connection with y'all. So, my plan for the podcast is to divide it in a few different segments. So, it's not just me randomly talking to the camera for an hour. I'm a bit of a quiet person in real life, so I don't know if I can just talk to myself for a whole hour. But I was thinking of having a few different segments that would be inspired by OG YouTube videos. So, like, one segment could be my favorite things this week, how people used to do monthly favorites, life updates, and another segment could be the news, and I could be answering questions from you and giving advice, like a few different things like that. So, we keep it interesting. So, I'm gonna try to do this today. I have a few ideas, and you let me know in the comments what you think. Feel free to be honest because I actually want to know what y'all want to watch. If you think this works, great. If you have suggestions for segments, awesome, let me know. If you think that's not for you and you would rather me do vlogs or something like that, I'm still gonna do vlogs sometimes, but there isn't always like something to vlog about. Like if it's a week where I'm just songwriting or just doing editing work, there's not much to vlog, so it depends. It wouldn't be like super consistent every week if it was just vlogging. Or if you think this doesn't work, it has to be two people, let me know. If you're tired of my face and you want someone else, seriously, just let me know because I want to make sure you're happy with the content. Also, on a really sad note, I just wanted to pay my respects to Ozzy Osbourne. If you've been following me for a long time, chances are you've heard me talk about Ozzy Osbourne before because I love him and Black Sabbath and his music so much. He's been such a huge inspiration for me as an artist. And I love him and his family too. They are so lovely. I've been a fan really for many, many years. For at least 15 years, I started listening to Ozzy Osbourne through my cousins because they were fans as well. So it's kind of like a family thing. It's so special to me. Like, I've been to Birmingham before just to visit the Black Sabbath bridge and everything. It was so strange because a friend of mine had just given me, Sophie, she had just given me an Ozzy Osbourne t shirt, and I was wearing it the day he passed away. And literally, when I heard the news, I was wearing an Ozzy Osbourne T-shirt, and it was a T-shirt with a picture of him, like with halo, like an angel. So that was really bizarre, because like, yeah, I've always felt this connection with Ozzy Osbourne. Always been a really big fan. I have his autograph and everything. When I was 16, I waited outside his hotel in Brazil. And I didn't actually meet him, unfortunately, but his keyboardist went upstairs and got me his autograph, which was really nice. He's always been and always will be like in my heart, and I just wanted to pay my respects. All right, let's get into this podcast, but I just wanted to dedicate this episode to Ozzy. I thought it would be cute if every week we had a different pink drink. It's not always gonna be alcoholic, but this is what I had at home today. This is a pink gin and tonic, just like tonic water with pink gin, but I put a little bow on it to make it cuter. It's a very light pink. I don't even know if you can tell, but I promise you, it's pink. Cheers, queers. It's nice and sweet. So I got a new tattoo. Can you see? It's a dragon. I named her Kate, and she's a water dragon. It was done by a female artist in Brazil. And I chose this because it's a water dragon. So I'm a water sign. I'm a Cancer, and I have always felt very connected to like water in general, the ocean and swimming and the rain, the water element, and also because I like dragons, and I think they represent strength. At least, like from my point of view, I don't know if that's the official meaning. And I loved her design as well. So yay, new tattoo. This is my biggest tattoo, and I feel like now that I got this one, I'm gonna go crazy and get like my arms fully tattooed. I love the fine line patchwork vibe. That was always kind of my plan, because as you can see, like all the tattoos I have are fine line and quite small, so it would be nice to have just like a bunch of them. Very bisexual looking. What else have I been up to? Oh yeah, oh my god, I played my first ever festival, which was Croydon Pride. I didn't know until I was invited to perform there that Croydon Pride is massive. Like, it's so big. If you don't know, Croydon is a town just outside of London in the UK, but it's massive. The organizers say there was an average of like 15,000 people there, like during the whole day, not like watching me specifically, but like it's massive. And it was a proper big stage with proper lights and everything. And Louisa Johnson from the X Factor was performing there, and the Cheeky Girls. So it was really nice to open for them. I posted a vlog here. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was honestly one of the best days of my life. And I performed with two friends dancing as well. So it was like such fun and like girl power. We practiced together beforehand, like we had a sleepover before and after the show, and it was just so much fun, and we put so much work into it, and oh, it was amazing. And I'm on a roll now. I want to do all the prides and all the festivals. Like, a lot of the prides in the UK are not in June, even though June is Pride Month. A lot of them are in July and August, probably because it's warmer here in July and August. But I'm doing Merton Pride, which is also sort of near London, on the 30th of August. I don't know what time I'm on yet, but tickets are free. So if you missed my last performance and you live in the area, or if you don't live in the area and you want to come over, I always like, if you hang out by the stage, I will talk to everybody after, take pictures and everything as well. Take pictures. If you want. You might not want to take a picture with me. It sounded obnoxious, but sometimes people do. Anyway, yeah, so I'm aiming to do more festivals going forward, because it was So much fun. Oh yeah, and yesterday, like I was saying, I went to Brighton Pride. Not to perform, unfortunately. I wish. Brighton Pride is the biggest pride in the UK. I just went to watch the show, and I watched Ash Nico. I love Ash Nico. I saw her last year at Reading Festival, and she's so talented, so talented. I love that song. Me and your girlfriend playing dress up in my house. I gave your girlfriend canalingus on my couch. She's so good. So I watched her, and the headliner was Mariah Carey. Oh my god. Oh my god. And she was like really going for it, doing the whistle tone and ah, amazing. And her dress was like the trans flag colors, and she was wearing the jacket saying protect the dolls. So it was really nice to see her supporting the community. I think that's all my life updates. Let me see. I have a list. Oh my god, yeah. And I have a music video coming up soon. I think it's gonna be either next week or the week after. Took me so long to edit it. I'm still finishing the editing. That's why it's late, because the song came out a few weeks ago. I wish I could trust you, but there will be a music video, I promise. It's been taking me a really long time to edit it because I filmed so many takes. I filmed this one myself again. And also, I've been in a phase with everything, with my music, with my social media content. I've been in a phase where I'm very pensive and considering things a lot. And I've been considering a lot changing genres. I know I said a while ago that I was going to change genres, and I started doing more like rock, like more traditional pop rock instead of alternative, but it's still quite similar to what I used to do before. But I've been thinking of doing like quite a big shift. So, and I've been working on that, so I've been focusing a lot on that. But I haven't forgotten there will be a music video. I just don't know the release date exactly, but you will know. But I've been working a lot on that lately, like a lot of editing. It takes a lot of hours to, at least for me, to the way I do it, to edit a music video, because I go through every single take, and there are a lot of takes, and then I compare all the takes for every little bit, and yeah, it takes weeks. I wanted to call this segment Pink News, but there's already a news thing called Pink News, isn't there? Like a proper newspaper called Pink News that does LGBT plus news. But I wanted to call it Pink News because it's the Pink Wednesdays podcast. Wednesday News? I don't know. So basically, this week, people are mad at many different things. No, but seriously, there is good reason for people to be mad. So, one thing I've been seeing all over social media in the past week is the new Kim Kardashian face wrap. Or some are calling it the face sock. It's basically this wrap that goes around your face and your jaw that's supposed to give you like a snatched jaw. So basically like shapewear for your face. I think you're supposed to wear when you go to sleep. And people are obviously mad at it because it's like, can women have a break? Can we not just go to sleep and not have to worry about beauty standards, at least while we are asleep? And it's like $50 or something, this thing. I feel like brands more and more just try to make up problems where there aren't problems so women spend more money. Like, who decided your jaw had to be snatched? It didn't used to be a thing. There's so many things, like same as the thing with the eyes, how nowadays a lot of people get and no judgment, I think people should be free to get whatever they want to get, but suddenly like it's a problem to not have that line like in between your eyelids and your brow bone, like, and people are getting surgery now so your eyelids are more defined. That never used to be a thing. I know it's a very popular thing and a bunch of people get it nowadays, and I'm absolutely no judgment. I got fillers and things before, so of course I'm the last one to talk. But it's like there are random things that nobody used to care about, and then suddenly it becomes a problem. So that's a bit annoying because at least me, I feel like I'm absolutely not immune to this type of propaganda. Sometimes it's something that you never thought about, and then you keep seeing it everywhere, and then suddenly you can't unsee it, and then every time you look in the mirror you're like, oh, maybe my jaw should be more snatched, like it would look nicer, and maybe it would, but like it's like, damn, why did you tell me? I never thought about that before. So it's just a bit annoying. So I understand why people are mad, but what makes me actually more mad than anything else is the fact that it probably doesn't work. Like, I saw medical reports of professionals saying that something like that wouldn't actually change the shape of your face. It annoys me when there are products like that that probably don't work but are expensive and people are spending their money and not even getting the results. Because at least if we were getting the result, you do you. If you want to have a more snatched jaw, which probably would like to have one, but I'm not gonna buy that because I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's better to be honest with people and say you need to get fillers or jaw lipo or whatever it is that actually works. If you want to have that look, I think it's better and more honest than trying to sell people something that probably is not gonna do a whole lot. So I'm still not judging anyone if they want to get the face wrap. I just think they are being scammed a little bit. Another thing people have been mad about this week, and I think it's valid, is the American Eagle advert with Sydney Sweeney. I'm not gonna say anything about Sydney Sweeney herself because I don't know her. And I don't like talking about people I never met unless they're like politicians. That's important to talk about, but I don't like how people jump on hate trains, especially when it's women. Somehow it always seems worse when it's women. But I think it's okay to disagree with brands and corporations. So like I'd rather talk about American Eagle itself because we don't actually know the behind the scenes. We don't know if she disagreed with it but was contractually obliged, or who knows. But I think a brand, because it's a whole group of people and they obviously like have a lot of money and surely do a lot of research and a lot of thinking about what they put out. They definitely like knew what they were doing. So in case you don't know, but you probably do because it's been everywhere, American Eagle, the clothing brand that does jeans, has posted a lot of ads featuring Sydney Sweeney, and they are doing a play on words with jeans, as in like jeans that you wear, and jeans as like your DNA. And they say at the end of these ads, there are a few different versions of them. Sydney Sweeney has good jeans, meaning that like the jeans that she's wearing are good, but also like double meaning that her jeans are good because she looks hot, so she has good jeans. And it's very obvious that this is like the play on words they're using because in some of the billboards they actually use the word jean with a G instead of jeans with a J. And also because of the things that are being said in the advert, because she says genes are passed down from generation to generation and my genes are blue. And as soon as she says my genes are blue, it like zooms in her eyes, and then the voiceover says Sydney Sweeney has good genes. So it's kind of like a double meaning thing. Yeah, they're trying to sell genes with a J, but obviously there's a double meaning about genetics, basically saying that having blue eyes means having good genetics. That could sound a little bit like eugenics, which is the belief that some genetics are superior to others, which is like what the Nazis believed in, and they actually tried to do experiments on people to try to change their eye colors and all sorts of things like that to do with eugenics. Of course, blue eyes are beautiful, and she's beautiful. She's really hot, obviously, but like every eye color and skin color and hair type is beautiful, and that's good genetics too. So it was a little bit like, oh, I don't want to be the friend that's too woke, but I thought it was a bit a step too far to say that. Then there were people on the other side saying, what's wrong with being white and being blonde with blue eyes? Why can't we celebrate that? And I think they're missing the point a little bit because, of course, you can celebrate that, but the ad kind of gives the impression that that's the only thing that is good when they should say that everything is good. It's just like, just could have been worded differently, or maybe could have had different people of different complexions saying that, like another model that is very hot but that had different complexion as well. Like they could have done a few different versions of it, so it would be more about being hot than being blonde and blue-eyed. I'm feeling gaslit because American Eagle put out a response. They said Sydney Sweeney has great genes and it's always about the genes with a J. Her genes, her story. We'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their American Eagle jeans with confidence their way. Great jeans look good on everyone. Which sounds really lovely and everything, but it wasn't just about the jeans. I feel like I'm being gaslit. The whole premise of the ad was that it was a double meaning thing, because quite often ads do that, like this double meaning thing, because it's eye-catching. And for them to just say it's just about the jeans with a J as if it was an accident. Come on, it's obvious. They literally wrote jeans with a G on the billboard. But yeah, but what really freaked me out is that clip where she's putting on the jeans and talking about genetics and everything. It's so similar to the campaign that Brooke Shields did with Calvin Klein many years ago. I think it was in the 80s, and it was a campaign that now we know was highly creepy because she was underage and it was like super sexual, and it was, oh my god, I'm not gonna put it here because obvious for obvious reasons, right? But if you see it, she has posted it on her own page because she did a documentary talking about it, about how it was exploitative and everything. And it's so similar to it, to the point that it must have been inspired. But why would you get inspiration from something like that that's like exploiting a minor? To me, that was the worst bit. But I think most people are not even talking about that part. And I'm like, whoa. Okay, another thing that happened this week that I don't think people are mad about. I think they're more like making a lot of memes about it. Is that CEO? Oh my god. I don't actually find it funny. I personally, because I've been cheated on before many years ago, so nobody, I find it triggering, but most people, from what I was seeing, were finding it very funny. So this CEO went to a Coldplay concert and they do kind of like a kiss cam, with the crowd. And the CEO was caught cheating on his wife with the head of HR. And as soon as they saw they were on the camera, they were like, oh, and their reaction is probably a bit funny. So it's been everywhere and there's so many memes about it. And the most shocking part is that they found pictures of his poor wife and they have children and everything together. And she's stunning. And it just goes to show when someone wants to be shitty to you, it doesn't matter if you're hotter than them, if you treat them like royalty, whatever you do, if they are that kind of person and they want to do you wrong, doesn't matter how amazing you are. So, like, if you've ever been treated wrong in a relationship, don't feel like it's your fault or it's because you're not this or that, because it's them. Right, so now in true OG YouTube fashion, I'm gonna show you my favorite items of the week. Well, some of them are items and some of them are just like books or things I've been watching and that I can show you. I say I can't show you books because I usually read on a Kindle, so I don't have the physical book to show you. First item is this crop top I'm wearing right now. It was like £3 from Primark and I got it especially for the podcast. I also got a new Chelsea shirt. Yay! Because they usually do like an end of season sale. I don't know if you're interested in football. By football, I mean like soccer. But Chelsea is my team that I support. And they are usually blue, but this is a pink shirt, pink and black. The new season starts like in a couple of weeks or something. So I'm looking forward to wearing that. So I've been getting a few of these frilly shorts. It looks like a Victorian diaper, and I love it. I got it in a few different colors as well for the Croydon Pride performance. It's just so cute, so comfortable. It looks nice with corsets. I'm very happy that there are more varieties of corsets out there because I've always loved corsets. I've been collecting them since I was about 14, I think. But it's really hard to find them usually, but they're like popping up. I don't know if it's trendy right now, but like I'm just so glad to be able to find things that are kind of Victorian looking lately because I've always liked that sort of aesthetic. So yeah, I've been getting those shorts to wear with corsets. What else? Oh, this. Oh my god, it's very rare that I promote hair products because I'm of the opinion that once you bleach your hair so many times like I have, there's not a whole lot that can be done to salvage it. But this one has actually been a good find. This is not sponsored or anything. So this is the Got to Be Got Gloss Shine Spray. This is their vegan formula, which is good. I don't think this brand is fully vegan, but this specific formula is. So this is basically a spray that helps with the frizz, and my hair has a lot of frizz, which you can't see right now because I have the product on, but usually it has a lot of frizz because of all the bleaching, so it's kind of, I always have like some strands like sticking up, but with this they don't stick out, and it's great, just shiny, smells nice, and it has heat control. Honestly, it's almost finished, and I only got it like a week or two ago. It's really good. I've been putting that on every day. I'm not trying to sell it. I'm not getting a commission or anything. I wish I was. Okay, this next item is just for the memories. So this was my artist pass for Croydon Pride Fest. So because this was my first ever festival, I'm gonna keep it forever. And it's pink and rainbow and beautiful. And it was really nice because this was what I had to wear to like go back into backstage, so I could walk like out of backstage and walk around the normal area and then go back in if I wanted drinks or to talk to people or anything like that. Set up. I'll always keep that forever. And then also this hat that it's like a festival hat, but I also got it at Croydon Pride. Right, so my favorite book, so I'm reading at the moment, it's called The Fourth Wing, and I just found out about it a few days ago, and it had so many good reviews on Amazon. I was so shocked I hadn't heard of it before, but it's basically a fantasy book about dragons. It's like this woman who goes to a college where you learn how to ride dragons and like and honing the powers they give you and stuff like that. And there's like a few spicy scenes, but it's not like erotica. It's not like the whole book is about that. There may be like two spicy scenes in the book, but it's really good. I've been really enjoying it. And now I'm reading the second one. So there are three available right now, but there should be in the future another two, so there's like 5 books in the saga. The main character is straight, but there are a couple of other LGBT characters. I usually prefer to read sapphic romance, but I like the fantasy genre a lot. So there are only so many fantasy books with the main character being a queer woman. Started reading this one because I feel like I've already read all the fantasy ones with with queer women in it. Oh, there are so many good ones. Maybe this could be a segment. I could do like mini LGBT book reviews. I would love to do that. I don't know if that's what people want from me, but I am obsessed with reading to the point that I had to put a parental a parental lock on my phone for the Kindle app, so I don't keep reading all the time, because I haven't been as productive as I should have, because I keep reading stuff because I get so transported by it, like a lot more than if I'm watching a movie. Like I actually feel like I'm in the story when I'm reading. I love it so much, but it's too much. Like I could read non-stop and then I don't do anything. So I literally have a parental lock on my Kindle on my phone, so I can only read so much per day. I've read so many sapphic books, so if you want a section about that, let me know. But if it's boring, don't worry. So I thought it would be nice for at the end of each favorites section to show one pink item of the week, which is like something that I already had and it was meaningful to me and that I can tell a little story about it. So today I chose this cup. I call it the Diva cup, but I think I got it before Diva cups, you know, like the menstrual cups were a thing, or at least I didn't know about it. But it looks like this. It says Diva on it, that's why I call it a Diva cup. And it's a bit worse for wear because I got it over a decade ago. So this was the first thing I ever bought in the UK. I moved here, didn't know anybody, had barely any money. And it was very traumatic at first. I'm not gonna get into it this time because I keep going on about it every podcast. But because it was quite traumatic at first, I didn't know if I was actually gonna stay here. So I decided that I was gonna at least do all the touristy things because I didn't know how long I was gonna stay. Turns out I ended up staying, as you know, I'm still here. But I did all the touristy things at first. So one of the things that people do here in London is go into Madame Tussauds, which is the wax museum where there are like wax figures of celebrities. I'm gonna see if I have some pictures of me. I still had black hair, and I went in there and I took pictures with all my favorite celebrities. And at the end of it, they had this gift shop, and at the gift shop, I saw this Diva cup, and that was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. I fell in love with it. I was like, oh my god, that's so magical. And I didn't know if I was gonna stay, so I wanted something so I could remember London. But like, I think it was about 10 pounds or something like that at the time. But I was really, really, really poor. Like I was literally struggling to eat. So, so I was like, oh, at the time I thought that was a lot. But I love this so much that I literally sacrificed money that I could have spent on food to buy this because I was this very useful item because I knew I was gonna be a diva one day. Yeah, so I will keep this forever. First thing I got in the UK, because to me means that you can still dream no matter what the circumstances are. It's a reminder to get my priorities right. Right, let's answer some questions you asked me on Instagram. Are there any mental health tools that you go back to? Things that help you ground yourself? I've said this before, I'm sure, but I don't have a whole lot of techniques. But one thing that I always do that helps me a lot is to have a stopwatch because I work from home. So I set myself like a goal for the week. And then every time I'm working, I put the stopwatch on so I can keep myself accountable. So I know how many hours I've worked and I feel like I need to meet that quota, even though I don't actually have a boss. So that makes me feel good. And trying to drink less and exercise more, which I don't do. But those are good things. Favorite Aussie song? Oh my god, I love so many, but I think probably I Don't Wanna Stop. No, 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 no. Gets Me Through. Gets Me Through is my favorite. Will you release another album? I will release many, many, many new singles, but for the time being, I'm focusing on singles instead of a whole album because I think that works better for me at the moment. But maybe one day I'll do like a proper album like that, or maybe I'll do like greatest hits. Favorite perfume? It's by far Midnight Fantasy by Britney Spears. I have a few designer perfumes and everything, but if I'm honest with myself, my favorite is by far Midnight Fantasy by Britney Spears. I first got that perfume when I was 13. We didn't have it in Brazil back then, so my granddad brought it to me from Germany. And oh, it was so special because I was the biggest Britney Spears fan, still am. So I'm literally looking at it, it's right there. Yeah, it'll always be my smell there. Midnight Fantasy. Classy. When did you receive your first YouTube paycheck? Oh my god, many years ago. Gosh, was it what, 10 years ago? No, no, less than that, but like a really long time ago. But just because I received my first paycheck, it didn't mean that I started working with it. 'Cause I think my first paycheck was like $20. Nowadays, like the minimum you need to earn to be able to collect it, I think is $100 on AdSense. But at that time, I was signed with MCN, which is basically like a managing thing. But don't do it if you're ever offered that and you have a channel. Don't do it because they just take your money and they don't do anything for you. But basically, with this thing, the minimum was $20. So I received $20, and the first thing I did with it was go to Greg's. If you've been to the UK, you probably know what Greg's is. It's kind of like a bakery. So I went and got a vegetarian pasty, and it was the best feeling ever to be able to buy something with YouTube because it was surreal. It was like being able to buy something with my hobby. So fun. But it took a really long time after that for me to be able to do this full time. I love this question. What was the moment of your life when you realized you wanted to be an artist? I've told this story a few times, so I'll make it quick. But when I was 13, there was a talent show at my school, and I was a huge Britney Spears fan. And I went to a Catholic school, by the way, with like nuns walking around. We had to pray and all sorts. So I decided to do a Britney Spears performance at this talent show where I was wearing thigh-high boots, a mini skirt, a crop top, and dancing on a chair at 13. But I didn't tell anybody what I was gonna do. I said I was gonna sing, and they didn't know it was gonna be like that. I was the quietest person in my year. I was like very nerdy, very quiet. I didn't have pink hair or anything. I had to wear a uniform, so nobody knew what I was actually like. So I surprised the school with that performance. It was Toxic by Britney Spears. Everybody was in shock. So after it, I was terrified because I knew I was about to get bullied, and I was bullied severely for that. But at the same time, even though I knew gonna get bullied, I knew in my heart when I left the stage that night, I knew that it was gonna be a forever thing. I literally remember thinking that, like, oh wow, that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. And I know I am gonna do that for the rest of my life. Turns out I can't talk to myself for an hour because I've been filming for like 2 hours. I'm gonna have to edit this a lot. Right, but before I go, I want to do this thing at the end of every episode where I give a shout out to an upcoming artist, or, whether it's a musician or someone that draws things or a creator, to spread the love. So today's shout out of the week is this person that I found on Instagram called Flash, and they are a hyperpop and indie rock music artist, and their songs are really good. I especially love one called Dead Name, and I saw they have a few lyrics about being non-binary, and yeah, I just love the vibes, love the message, love the music. Right, I think that's gonna be it for today. Literally, let me know in the comments what you want from this podcast. Do you want it to continue in the first place? I hope so, because this was fun. I actually had a good time. I was a bit nervous at first, but yeah, it was really fun. Right, thank you so much for being here and for giving me your time and your support. It means so much to me. Thank you very much. Have a very lovely day. Mwah.